Welcome to day one of actualizing my dream life. Every day we wake up and are immediately met with choices.
To snooze the alarm or to wake up and seize the day.
Many times the choice is current me versus future me.
Current me wants to keep sleeping, but future me wants to be that girl.
Each of these choices builds trust, confidence, and admiration within myself, or shame, disgust, and disappointment. The point is, we,
and by we, I mean me and you,
get to choose. So today I'm choosing her, future her. Welcome to day one of my dream life.
Hi, I'm Monica. I'm the founder and CEO of Maria, a menstrual wellness company, and I'm also just a girl who feels lost a lot of the time. Recently, though, over the last couple of years, I've made a lot of upgrades, if you will, and do feel very often like I am living my dream life every single day. And I've realized that it's just come down to simple choices. But so often I come back to this place of feeling like I'm stuck or I'm just stagnant and sitting still and watching other people create these things while time just passes by. I think we can all relate to just scrolling through other people's lives and comparing ourselves and thinking, why am I not making that same kind of progress? So I truly just want to show the process of me actualizing my dream life through small daily habits every single day, and how it really is the small choices we make every day that make us feel like we are choosing our life and we are going in a direction that we want to. One habit that really fuels me, and I thought this would be a good place to start, is by reading the Daily Stoic every morning. So today is May 13th. And this is actually a perfect one. So let's read it together. May 13th, fueling the habit bonfire. Every habit and capability is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions, walking by walking and running by running. Therefore, if you want to do something, make a habit of it. If you don't want to do that, don't, but make a habit of something else instead. The same principle is at work in our state of mind. When you get angry, you've not only experienced that evil, but you've also reinforced a bad habit, adding fuel to the fire. This was so perfect for today. Lately, I've been falling off my habits, and that's something that I also want to make sure that I'm being really transparent and clear about. I think we watch people on social media so often, and it looks like they're doing everything perfectly, and you have to think, no wonder they have this cool life. Look at how disciplined they are. Look at how they're doing things perfectly every single day. No wonder they have the body that everyone dreams of. No wonder, no one is perfect. It's just what we're seeing on social media. So I hope to show the parts of, even when I'm falling off of my bad habits, I still get to have that choice. And it's clear to me when I'm making that choice that's forming a bad habit as well. So I really want to reframe that it's about discipline as self-care, and it's about keeping the promises that you make to yourself, because when we say we're going to do something and then we wake up and we don't do it, we're just learning that it's okay to do that, and we're learning to not trust ourselves. I think I've also associated this more recently to the female tendency to people please and prioritize everyone else but ourselves. And I think that this is really challenging to our health and our mental well-being, because we're not thinking about what we need or putting our needs in front of everyone else's. And that goes back to the saying, like, it's about putting your oxygen mask on before you assist others, because essentially we do need to prioritize us before we prioritize other people. We have so much strength, willpower, and discipline. We just need to use it. So what do you say? Who's with me? I've been very diligent about mapping out my dream life, and just like any manifesting girly, knowing what I want it to look like. And some days it really feels like I'm there. It really feels like I'm living that life. And other days it feels I am a slob and I can't get off the couch. But I realize that on the days that I feel like I'm living my dream life, it's just because I'm keeping promises to myself. It's because I have sat down and written what I want to achieve in that day, and then I wake up and follow the plan. So today I'm just gonna bring you along for a day in the life of following the plan. First, I thought it might be nice to share a little bit about myself. So anyone new here, I'm the CEO of Morea, which is a menstrual wellness brand. We developed a multivitamin that supports period symptoms. I have PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And so I do have very challenging luteal phases before my periods. And it makes it that much more essential for me to show up for myself, how I plan for myself, but also to have awareness of what that phase of my cycle looks like. I'm also a menstrual wellness health coach. So I do have training as a health coach in the menstrual wellness space. I'm a personal trainer and was a previous professional athlete. So I'm obsessed with muscle as medicine. And I think that every woman should understand the massive benefits of muscle. Being an advocate of muscle as medicine, I'm also a protein girly through and through and very obsessed with protein. So you can bet that you'll be seeing the things that I'm eating. I am on a mission to have a family and build a life partnership that is fulfilling and allows me to get closer to my goals and dreams while also bringing my partner closer to theirs, and to get to raise a family that is like fostering very cool humans. I'm 35 years old and I don't have children yet. So there will also be a lot of chitter chatter about fertility longevity. I got divorced 2 years ago. That means that I'm currently building a new relationship and having to start over in my 30s, which can be scary from the perspective of also wanting to have a family. My goal is to build a sustaining business that allows me to have the life that I want to lead. So that means having time to spend with my kids, not being strapped to a schedule. These are all choices that I've made. I've done the life where I've had to be strapped to a schedule. I've done the life where I've had to go to work. And that was part of my journey. I had to do that to be able to have what I have today. And I'm so grateful for those experiences because they taught me what I need to know to be able to move forward. In terms of goals for this year, I had very specific revenue goals for my business, and we are on our way to achieving those. So that's very exciting. But in order to do that, I've had to be very diligent about how I show up every day as a CEO and a founder. So that has been part of this actualizing of my dream life, is making sure that I am showing up and doing what I'm saying I'm going to do. Last year, I was a little bit more focused on my personal life and getting back on my own 2 feet after divorce. This year, I've refocused more into business, and it has been interesting to actually experience what that looks like in terms of trying to balance how I prioritize my self-care and my fitness around how I prioritize working on my business. And I'm not quite there yet, so that'll be part of this journey for sure. And then I had some personal goals as well around, one of them was revamping personal style. I think you guys will notice that you're not going to be getting much style inspo from me. I'm going to keep it very real. I'm not going to wake up in a cute matching set. I'm going to wake up in my track and field t-shirt from 2003. But I do want to show up as the person that I am embodying. So purposeful, I would say. And fashion has always been really fun for me. I thought I was going to work in fashion as a kid. So I want to honor that and honor that as a creative outlet of mine. But I don't think that I'll be a fashion blogger anytime soon. I also had goals to create consistent content for my personal channels, and that's been more challenging than I thought. I haven't felt very creative in that space at all. My creativity usually comes to me as something that I'm feeling very passionate about. 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I discovered the impactfulness of eating higher protein and shared high protein recipes on Instagram. And that was just like a ping and a calling to me that I needed to do. Lately, I haven't felt very called of something to share until this. So I'm hoping that is rushing back at me all at once, and it usually tends to happen that way a lot of times in the shower. So I'm hoping to share more content coming up, but it is really hard for me to do it without having that place of inspiration or feeling like there is a level of value to add to the audience. I'm not going to create just to create, although I wish I could. My other big personal goals were honestly just saving, rebuilding some financial stores after going through a large life event like a divorce, and being very purposeful about the purchases that I make. So those are the things and the person that I wanted to become this year. I think so much of it comes back to that bigger vision of my life, right? Like having a family and doing the things today that I can do to be able to do that later down the road. Also knowing that I'm going to be an older parent, I always want to be making strides at supporting my longevity and creating economical resources so that when I have a family, I can do that in a way that I really desire to do it by having as much time as I possibly can. If you feel like any of this would be helpful for your life and you want to follow along, please subscribe to the channel and join me on this journey of actualizing my dream life every single day in the small habits, the small choices, and by utilizing discipline as my form of self-care. Next step, a strength workout. All right, the gym is like a work in progress. I'm redoing the garage right now. So I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna make it a lot nicer so that I can just work out at home because it's like fits into my routine a little bit better. Right now, I'm not doing one of my own programs. I'm doing a runner's resilience program as I work through a knee injury, and it's been really good, but just trying to get back into it. I basically did nothing, not nothing, but very little and not consistently for almost 6 months now after going through a period of overtraining, which I'll get into more in another video, but okay, let's get into it. Ooh, right hand is so much stronger. Last round of the workout. This took longer than I expected. I'm running late on my day, which is frustrating, but I thought about leaving the workout a few times early, and I was like, nope, we can't do that. So we're gonna finish it up and then carry on with the day. Also thought about how I could get over to co-working space faster, and I was like, maybe I'll just not make breakfast. No, I've not been fueling myself well lately, so I can't be skipping that. I have to lay down on this dirty floor. Actually, Luke, can you move out of the way so people can see? It's a good movement. I need probably heavier weight, but you're really stabilizing the core, so it's not just upper body, but it's also core. We done, we did it. Okay, we're gonna go for a walk, get steps in, get some morning sunlight. It's a little late for morning sunlight, but it's still good. It's supposed to get like gnarly weather-wise here in the next week, so getting the steps in while we can. Let's go. I'm gonna make some breakfast. I'm gonna do some high protein oatmeal with berries and all of that. Just seems quick, but nourishing. And then also my supplement routine. I will get into this much more in depth in its own video, but I am on a very fertility longevity protocol. I just had lab work done. There are some things in here that are definitely amazing for every day that I would love to share as well, but supplements, breakfast, and then to work. I will usually do stovetop oatmeal, but it takes like 15 minutes. So I did microwave oatmeal, don't judge me. And I'm gonna do a scoop of unflavored whey isolate in there. A little extra protein, mix that up. So today, going into town, I'm working through some house projects, which is exciting. I need to go to the Pella showroom. I'm replacing my sliding glass door and I need to pick out the material. I'm gonna go to the co-working space and get some work done. I have a call at 11. And I also need to go to the grocery store because I am making one of my favorite meals for postpartum mamas. I have a friend that just had a baby and I'm gonna be dropping a meal off tomorrow. So I will be making that. So I'm gonna go to Whole Foods and grab the ingredients and I will take you along for that today. So I really need a long day at my desk getting work done because there's been just a little light on fruit. I think I'm going to the store today. There's been a lot of movement in my life. I spent this winter in Arizona at my boyfriend's house and just got back to my house about a week ago. So I've been resettling into my life. Work has been a little bit on the back burner, but I have some life things that I need to get done today. So it was in the plan for the day and that is what we're gonna get done. Okay. High protein oatmeal, a little bit of peanut butter on top. We've got flaxseed, chia seeds. I usually do honey, local honey. I don't have any local honey, so I did a little brown sugar and protein.
Okay, we've got the fit for the day. Oh, currently cycle day 10 or 11, and my pee cup was in the sink because I've been doing ovulation strips to make sure I'm ovulating. Splash that everywhere. I'm gonna clean it up real quick. Okay, the fit for the day is some Levi jeans. A little ripped. I'll show you the full fit in a second. This Abercrombie one shoulder shirt with a long sleeve on one side. And then this sweater, I would love to be able to button the top button, but it fell off. And I don't really know how to sew it back on, so send me a YouTube button sewing video and I will see what I can do. But I'm just gonna do a quick face. I've got like the slick back going on. For slick back, I love the Crown Affair finishing gel. Just to kind of keep it tight. I like it. I've been feeling so dry since I got back to Idaho, so I like to just do only water on my face in the morning, a little warm washcloth situation. Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator is like, it's just a moment every day, and I'm obsessed with it. I don't like the water to be too hot because that just dries you out more, but cold water is alarming, so. I almost didn't film this week because of this pimple stealing the show, but I told you I'm gonna keep it real here. So yeah, sometimes I get lip pimples and it's awful. Okay, hydrating accelerator, wait for the moment. We all need moments like that in our day. Okay, we're ready. Sorry you didn't get to see the whole routine. That's for another day. Max called and I wanted to catch up. He's on the East Coast. Max is my boyfriend. He's a professional dirt bike racer. If you're into dirt bikes, you can check out his YouTube channel. But here's the fit. We got the Levi's, this cute little Abercrombie croppy, and my sweater that needs a button because it's a little chilly. And a very sad dog. I don't know what's going on with her. Do you miss Max? Is it because your shock collar's on? Pathetic. Bye, Loxy Lou, I love you. Okay, she hates me. So pretty much my non-negotiables for a standard day
And I would say they are my non-negotiables, but at the same time, sometimes it doesn't happen. And that's me not choosing me. That's me not showing up for me and not being disciplined or committing to what I say I'm gonna do. So that breaks down my trust with myself. But the things that are my non-negotiables are, I never sleep with my cell phone in my bedroom. Absolute non-negotiable. And when I do sleep with my cell phone in my bedroom, it's a nightmare. Like the worst nightmare you could possibly think of. I find like even in hotel rooms, and this isn't like an EMF thing or anything like that. It's like I don't have the discipline to not pick up my cell phone first thing in the morning if it's going to be right next to me. So I just charge it in the kitchen. And do I like usually look at it once I walk out into the kitchen? Yep. I try not to spend time on it until I'm like going to work, or something might come up, and sometimes I like to chat with ChatGPT on my walk or something. But I really try not to like go on social media or engage with other people's creativity before I've had time to open up my own. So that is number one. Number two is I drink two scoops of Promix whey isolate protein in the morning before I have my coffee. I've fallen off of this regimen recently, and I've noticed huge differences where I'm just like not fueling myself enough throughout the day, even because I haven't gotten that boost first thing. So yeah, 30 grams of whey protein first thing in the morning. And yes, I'm driving, but I'm focused on driving. My phone is like hands-free. So 30 grams of protein first thing in the morning. So amazing. I love the Dutch chocolate from Promix. I do have a discount code if you want to try it. I'll put it in the description. And I do 5 grams of creatine in there too. So that's negotiable number 2. I'm trying to also implement a new non-negotiable of drinking water first thing in the morning. I have not been drinking enough water. I might get 32 ounces in a day, and I'd really love to be closer to 90. So a large ball jar with Element and then Body Bio E-Light in there, and at least just drink a whole jar before 9 a.m. That's the goal. I'm not hitting it yet, but I am being mindful of it and at least like making the jar of water and having some of it. Usually there's still some left of that very first jar at the end of the day, if I'm being honest. So that's morning non-negotiables. Lately, it has also been a walk. My dog expects a walk. So we are going on a 15 to 20 minute walk around the neighborhood. That also allows me to get sunlight in my eyeballs in the morning, which is great for circadian rhythm. Speaking of sunlight, I wish I brought my sunglasses. Should I wear these? So what do we think? They're great, actually. After a walk, it's time to get to work. And I don't really have like non-negotiables around work. It's just like, I love the work that I do. It's easy for me to show up. Are there tasks that are sometimes hard to do? Yes, and we do those tasks first. But other than that, like eating lunch with 30 grams of protein and thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner in advance, those are great things to be on my list. I think the kind of final non-negotiable of my day would probably be making my list for the next day, the night before. So every night, the last thing that I do before I go to bed is just check my list for that day. What did I get done? What did I not get done? What do I need to move to tomorrow? And what are the priorities for tomorrow? I love to brain dump just a general list and then build out a schedule for the day based off of what meetings do I have and what else is going on and where can I fit in focused blocks. Early on in the business, I would accept any meeting that someone was asking me to have. It felt like opportunity, and that was great for then, but now I've become more of an executor, more of a deep worker. So there's a little bit more like diligence, I would say, in saying no and having boundaries and saying no to certain things. Those are my really strong non-negotiables that I feel set me up for success on a regular basis. Weekly non-negotiables are things like I like to get 3 strength workouts in a week. I've really pulled back on the running, but I'm trying to run 2 or 3 days a week. And I would love to say that I was doing like breath work or meditation every day. I do love the Open app, and I will do it a couple times a week. Journaling is definitely a pretty daily thing. And part of me, like making my list, that to me is form of journaling. I will do like deeper list making or deeper journaling as well. I've been trying out this new journaling concept called journal speak. I'll have to report back on that and share. But I think setting some small goals like that, whether it be drinking more water and just starting small and being like, I'm gonna set this intention and see how it goes. And we're never beating ourselves up if we don't do it. We're just asking, what can I learn from this? Is this something that I really want to implement? And if it is, why is it so hard for me to actually show up and do? All I can see is this pimple. But I'm human, and yeah, my skin is readjusting to new water and could be worse. Okay, see you at the co-working space. I'm here in a booth and running late to my meeting, so I'm gonna jump on with Eric. If my computer will come up to speed, but we have arrived. It's always nice when other people are late too, and I'm late. Had my meeting, co-worked for a little bit at Poppy, and had to go to the Pella showroom to pick out windows and doors for the house. And then was starving, so went and got this burrito. How amazing is that? Now I'm gonna run into Whole Foods and get the things that I need to make this postpartum meal for my friend that just had a baby, and I'm gonna triple dipple the recipe so that I can freeze some as well. And yeah, here we go. Whole Foods bathroom, and this is one of my favorite things to do. If there's tampons, just leave a couple of those there. Something that I have found really interesting, I was just looking at my Aura data. You can see the beautiful scenery behind me. It is raining / snowing. Is that because I live a very non-typical life, and when I say non-typical life, I mean I don't go into an office 9 to 5. I don't have a lot of interaction with other people unless I plan it. So there's not just activity all day because I'm in an office and I'm talking to people. And I noticed that on days like today, where I go to a co-working space or I have a bunch of appointments and back-to-back to-dos and I'm running around town, my stress levels are a lot higher, and I'm also exhausted. Yesterday I had 4 different contractors come to the house that I had to meet with to get quotes and prices. And just that interaction with other people that I'm not used to exhausts me, because I am conditioned to a state where there's a lot of quietness, there's a lot of rest, there's a lot of no engagement, and I'm in my office by myself and I'm getting to focus and there's nice music on. And so when I do have days where it's go, 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 talk to people, extroversion, I'm exhausted. I'm very tired. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm really grateful to get to live the life that I do, and that's been a choice. But I think that it would be good for me to have a higher level of engagement and to push my exhaustion limits. For example, when I went to New York City with some girlfriends a few weekends ago, we were out and about in the city all day, walking around, and after the first day I was you guys, maybe you're just super powered because you're moms, but I'm exhausted. And it's truly just because my level of engagement on a normal day is so low. And I don't mean my brain's not engaged, I just mean the amount of communication that I do with other people and collaborating, talking to other people, I don't know, is very low. So holy moly, I am tired, but I'm on the way home. Groceries have been gotten, and we gotta get back to the desk when I get home because not very much work has been getting done lately. And discipline, I gotta get the list done today. So when I get home, groceries are getting put away and I am getting straight to my desk
to wrap up a couple hours of work. Hopefully I can get like a 2-hour block in before I make dinner and this meal for my postpartum friend. To be honest with you guys, that like exhaustion that I was feeling and talking about in the car resulted in just about a 45-minute couch binge of some social media. I watched a vlog, which in my head I could say was for inspo, and some other content, but now the groceries still haven't been put away. So groceries are going in the fridge, and then I'm going to my desk. I might make a little decaf coffee. That would make me feel good, so I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, one of the things that will really help me get in the zone is lighting a candle. Yesterday's coffee cup, classic. This one's almost gone. A friend got me this candle, and these candles are so expensive, but Flamingo Estate petrichor scent. Petrichor is the smell of the earth after rain. It's raining outside, so it's perfect. It's literally smells like the desert after rain, which makes me feel, you know, gives me some Arizona vibes while I'm here in Idaho. But I love this candle. Thank you, Tori, for getting it for me. I also really like to, even though I'm home alone, wear headphones. It literally puts me so deep in the zone. And lately, I have been listening to Pellicer Spa. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Currently 5:20. So I would like to work until 7, and then I will make dinner. So my list for right now is I need to organize partnership content, upload new ad creative, UGC content, communications, emails, and a couple hiring workflows. Let's see what we can get through. Okay, let's lock in. This is like a total dream life moment that just has to get shared. In the process of building a business, you go through so many ups and downs, and I think so often they are in our own heads. So I have been needing to source very specific content, and it's not even like, doesn't require a content creator. It just requires someone to take our product, to take a scoop, mix it in water, and just plain B-roll of someone mixing it up. And for the last year plus, I've been like struggling to find people to do this because I've just been like asking friends or like trying to think of someone who would be willing to do this for us. And last week I was like, okay, we really need this content. So I just posted to my Instagram story, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, let's hang out on Instagram. And I have gotten over like 40 people have replied that they're like, yeah, I'm willing to help. What do you need? The community is there for you. You just have to ask. And I was so scared to put it out there because I thought people wouldn't want to help or it would be a nuisance. And like, we can pay people to make this content. It's not content creator content. So we don't need to pay big bucks for this. It's literally just B-roll. But we're going to send product, and then we're going to, you know, give people a little bonus, a little cash in their pocket. And I'm just so amazed at how the mind can say, don't put this out there. No one wants to help you. And then you do it, and what you were believing just wasn't true. It just wasn't true. How often is that happening where we are believing something or doing something under the belief,
And that belief is holding us back, and it's not even true. The community is showing the F up, and I am just so grateful. Hopefully this can just be a reminder to you that if you currently are thinking something, ask yourself, how can I possibly know this is true? Is this really true? And if it's not true, what could be more true? And who would I be without this thought? I'm amazed. My mind is blown. Okay, back to work.
All right, it's time to make dinner. And I am making a chicken curry lentil dish that I'm going to make a big batch of and give some to my friends that are postpartum. They just had their new baby. So it'll have carrots. I unfortunately forgot to get onions, so it's not gonna have onions. And lots of herbs and warm spices, turmeric, and almond butter, crushed tomatoes, coconut milk, and then high protein. Always buy the high protein chicken's broth. Lots of nourishing nutrients for mama, lots of anti-inflammatory nutrients, lots of good carbs for energy and breastfeeding. And then I will also give them some rice to go along with it.
All right, guys, overall, a pretty dreamy day, if I do say so myself. I feel like stuck to what I said I was gonna do, built more trust with myself, and we're on the right path. Subscribe to join me in actualizing our dream lives together, one single choice at a time. See you next time.